But yeah, that's where it settled in. I mean, of course, I pushed it down. I pushed it away. I mean, it didn't come until like pandemic, the New Year's into 2021. My mom had COVID. My mom did not die, but it was a big scare for everybody at my family. I mean, it was a big scare in general, to be honest. You guys hear noises in the background? That is my cat. It is one of my cats. Actually, I gotta go check on him. All right, he's just being a war criminal. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. No, that really settled in. But I, a lot happened when that was happening. It was very stressful. A lot of a lot of things got thrown into my face. It was the start of, oh, what am I going to do? Because now it was it was like we hit a year of being in the pandemic, and I'm close to being a year out of school. That was a big thing because I mean, you know, not notice. Most people can't tell because when they look at me, I'm pasty white, but I'm not white. I am Hispanic. I'm Colombian, and my parents are immigrants or were immigrants, and they wanted me to go to school. They wanted me to go to college, do the whole college thing, and say and have a good kind of life, which that's great. That's good. That's cool. But that is not what I want. Well, that's what I originally thought. I originally thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. But I'm not gonna do that. I decided not to. And yeah, that spiraled a lot. And it ended up with like a lot of me and my parents fighting. A lot of stuff between. A lot of things were questioned, especially about me. And if I was. I'm not. I understand where they came from. But the way they did it was not great. To put it simply, as of right now, we're better. I would say we're better. But before, it was a lot of fights, almost every day, about school, about other things, about I'm not doing anything with my life that kind of they've never really said it because to be honest, I actually don't know what how you would say you are a failure in Spanish. I yes, I'm the parent. I am a first generation Latino, and I don't know. I still don't know certain words in Spanish. So if you're learning Spanish and you're a Latino that's trying to learn Spanish, you're not. Listen, you're doing your best, but oh fuck skeletons, fuck off. Can't you see this is a construction area? Fuck off. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. A lot of things. I'm first generation of of my of my family to be here, literally, or of my. I mean, directly, kind of, yeah, because I have like maybe a cousin twice removed, I think, that lives up here, but like I don't know them. So let's just say I am the first generation in my mom's side. My dad's side for sure. My mom's side maybe. Being here. And I mean, yeah, my parents fought tooth and nail to be here. The whole immigration process was a whole thing. My grandpa was a big thing about that, and I could get into that a different time. But just to be honest, like to put it in perspective, you can see why they uh, they aren't happy aren't. I'm gonna say they still aren't happy with me not going to school, and that I still choose not to go to school because I don't see it as something I would be happy with. The thing is that like back then I didn't know how to explain that to them that I'm choosing to be happy. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He sounds like he's moving something, but nothing's been moved. So I don't know what the hell. But I was saying, oh yeah, my parents. Oh, he is banging the door. That's what he's doing. No, he's climbing. He's climbing the thing, right? He's climbing the thing. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. So yeah, my parents were not happy with that idea. Parents, I don't even think understand that I'm choosing this. I mean, I can't say that. They might understand that. They might not. But I'm not really. If you know that being like a first generation to a family like a Hispanic family, communication is not key, and I think that's something a lot of people that are first generation from any ethnicity understands that they're doing their best, and the way they were raised is not something is not does not condone communication in the slightest, any shape or form of it, or an open floor to talk about anything, let alone their damn feelings. So a lot of that, get away from me, creeper. A lot of it was just that. A lot of unsaid things because they wouldn't understand. They did not understand. They did not understand, and did not. They did not want to understand. Basically, because of how they were viewing what I was doing. And I think in their eyes, I mean, to be honest, for a while, and I think I still am, in a majority of my family's eyes, a fucking failure. Because I basically, in their in it's the Minecraft music isn't helping with this, but to put it simply, in their eyes, I'm a failure. And the majority, and I think the majority, or they all still do think I am a failure. That I took the opportunity my parents gave me and just threw it to the flames. And sure, you could say that. I don't see it that way because honestly, I'm winning. Esque. I mean, I'm trying my best to win, but I can't really. Ah, damn. But yeah, I'm winning. Esque. I'm sort of winning. I'm trying to win. Listen, I'm making an effort. I'm making an effort to win, and I think that's a lot to ask for, you know, or that's good enough for now. But yeah, that was 1 year. It was like a year of that. Just a lot of fighting, especially with my mom. And I know that's gonna be like, that's a big thing for a lot of people. It's like, oh, she's your mom and all this, and I'm like, yeah, she's my mom, and I love her, and I do. And like, that's the thing. This is the thing I'm gonna say. Like, I love them, even though that was questioned a lot. I've done a lot, and I know that I'm not the best, but I'm not terrible. And simply that I I do love them. I still love them, even if they don't think I do. Mainly my mom, and that might be because she's never. I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot to unpack with my family per se, so I'm not gonna really go really hard into it, but just simply that like it was questioned, and I at the time. Now I don't don't really don't really pay too much attention to it, but at the time I took offense, kind of. Like, I mean, how could you not take offense to that? Like, you're their child, and I was hurt by that. And to be honest, not a good move, but I was. The things were said that shouldn't have been said. I'm gonna just keep it like that. I'm gonna put it lightly in that format. in that way because I I how would I don't know. I just they were said and they will stay and they are there. Those statements are there and I choose not to or not to acknowledge it or not that I don't choose to acknowledge it. I choose to not dig it up, dig it back up because there's no point. Because I know how they are and I know how the argument that I would get into with her specifically would end and I don't feel like doing that. And I don't like the saying keeping the peace. It's not more of keep it's not I'm not doing it to keep the peace. Avoid I'm more doing it to be the better person in a sense because the thing about my family and I don't know if this goes for everybody, but mainly for Hispanics, we're very petty, extremely petty, and I have definitely developed that. And I am very open with a lot of people that I am very petty. I'm trying my best not to be. I'm trying actually to not be petty. But it's been something that's been ingrained into me because of my parents. I feel like this is becoming more of talking about my parents and more about my childhood trauma. And even though this was supposed to be a completely different topic, I'm almost done. If for anybody that's wondering, with this little blurb. But yeah, no, my parents are petty and I'm petty, and I'm doing it out of being petty, which is not healthy. I know that's not healthy. I understand that it's not healthy, but to be sim to simply put it in a simple statement, it's I'm being petty more out of just because I don't want to argue. I'm done arguing, and I'm choosing that road to not argue. And whenever ever these kinds of arguments pop up, I don't engage, and it makes them mad because they want to argue, and I don't. And I'm choosing not to ever argue about it ever again. And I simply give it to them that my decision has been made and my choices are my choices. And I will lay in the hole that I dug for myself. And I think that's a big thing that I've developed throughout these last 4/1 year in my head. That I have developed this mentality that my choices are my choices, and I'm going to have to live with them. And that fear of like, oh my god, if I make a mistake, has ruled a lot of my life. And that now that I'm now grabbing the bull by the horns in terms of like how I'm going to be running my life.